It's late February and I'm about to chit my potatoes, or rather I'm about to start. These are first early seed potatoes. First early just means that they mature very quickly. They also are known as salad potatoes or new potatoes, and these are ideal for growing in tubs and pots, on balconies, on a patio, or where you've not got much room. They also give you a really lovely flavoursome potato. First early potatoes are suitable for patio growing in tubs and pots or on a balcony because they're quite small. They're the ones we call salad potatoes or new potatoes. They're a waxy variety, so they're quite a firm potato, ideal for in salads or potato salad even. Not good for chips or mash because they're the waxy variety. I'm not a cook, I'm a gardener. This is how they come. Most garden centres and even some DIY stores will sell them in this way here in Ireland and in the UK. Elsewhere I can't say. This is an egg box, sort of caterer's egg box. We acquired this one from a local supermarket because they do their own baking, and this comes full of eggs, and they get through these at a few a day. They're usually sent for recycling. That costs them money, so they were more than happy to give it to us. There'll be a bit of crackle, can't help that. This is a potato, as I'm sure you're aware. And you might be able to see the little shoots and the little roots are already starting to form in what, as a cook would call, an eye. Now a potato has several eyes all over, and they will all form roots and shoots. As you can see, there's another one coming there. But you really want to give the strongest one the best chance. So I stand them that way up. I've stood them up in the egg box as near to the window as I can. We're actually in the cottage here and it's still in a derrick state in this room. And this window actually faces north, but that doesn't really matter because all I want is for these little sprouts just to green up and then they'll be planted. That is chitting potatoes. It's getting them to form good strong little sprouts that are good and rich and green before you plant them. Some people do it, some people don't. I prefer to chit mine simply because I think it gives them a better go. I live on the west coast of Ireland and we get blight very early, and blight can devastate a potato crop. It's a fungal disease that comes in the rain, and once it's in your crop, unless you're very quick, you'll lose the lot. These are called seed potatoes. They're not really seeds as such. The potato plant does grow seeds. From all of these little sprouts will grow the greenery that is the potato plant, and if you left it to its own devices it would flower. It does flower. I pick the flowers off. Usually I stick them in a vase because they're really quite pretty, because you don't want it to put all its energy into the flowers. We'll cover that later in cultivation. But as an overview, those flowers, if left, will produce little fruits that look remarkably like tomatoes, and there's a very good reason for that. The potato and the tomato are cousins. They're in the same plant family. I'm an ecologist, not a biologist, so I'm not going to bore you with all of that. But the tomato, that was originally called love fruit when it came over, was thought to be poisonous because people had mistakenly eaten the fruit of the potato, which is poisonous, very poisonous. Though you can let it fruit, you can take the seeds and you can raise those seeds into plants, but it's a lot of hassle. So what we usually do as a gardener is keep a few small potatoes from the previous year's crop. The potato greenery takes the energy from the sun and photosynthesizes. Photo meaning light, synthesis meaning conversion, I think. My Latin's not that great. It takes sunlight and turns it into sugars and starches and forms these tubers that we call potatoes on its roots. A tuber is simply a storage vessel on the root of the plant. The following year each one of these little eyes in the potato grows into a new plant. That's how the potato propagates. What we're doing is short-circuiting that for our benefit. Each one of these will be put in a separate place. Each one will grow into a plant, and then we'll harvest its tubers for our purposes because we like its starchy foods as well. And that's how you chit a potato. This particular variety is Sharp's Express. My studio just collapsed.